There's got here, and it's time to talk about some sport anime. And I know, I get the irony. Fat guy on the internet talks about sport, sitting in a chair, talking about anime, and not doing any sport himself. I know, I know, laugh in the comments below, but seriously, I do love sports anime quite a lot, and there are some series just the suspense, the tension, the emotion run so high that they get you hooked so much, and when everything is so close together, the teamwork, the individual plays, the tournament, and everything in between. We're gonna have quite a few series here. Some of them are gonna be like the pure sports ones, some racing ones, betting anime, technically sports, and a bit of some series that I haven't gotten the chance yet to get to for various reasons. I'm gonna get into that, but I'm gonna need you guys first to subscribe to the channel. I'm seeing a lot of my views are mainly from people not subscribed, so pretty please click that subscribe button and the like, of course, if you guys liked the video, and let me know in the comments below what sports anime do you guys enjoy the most, and if not, I'm actually curious, why don't you guys enjoy sports anime? I've seen some people that actually don't watch sports anime. It's a similar situation with me where I don't like slice of life and romance, but I'm curious, what is it about sports anime that you guys don't like? And also, please be free to use this video as recommendations. That's the main purpose of it, and share some of the series that I've loved from everything that I watch, and of course the best sports anime series of all time. That's probably gonna be the video. I do a lot of titles like that, but hey, I stand by that opinion. So let's talk some sports anime series. Now let's start with the pure sports one. I'm not gonna go into spoilers, and the first one being Yowamushi Pedal. I actually watched this one and binged it a while ago. It's fun. I wasn't really much into cycling, but I got hooked into the series, and I like the tournaments, the individual plays. Like I said at the start, more series do that aspect here, and I kept putting it off. I heard about it randomly. I'm like, okay, I'll give this one a try. Let's see, can they make cycling exciting? And they definitely could here at the start. I'll agree, the second tournament there gets a bit repetitive. It does have its moments also, but definitely the first big tournament is really fun. And I like the main character is kind of a pushover. Seems weak and meek at the same time, which he is those things, but when it counts, he definitely shows up and does what's needed, even more than what's needed there. And the dynamic between the teammates, the rivals, is always great. And that one insect guy, like, is one of the creepiest characters in a sports anime I've ever seen, but he kind of steals the show every time he's on screen there. And of course, it goes wild. They make the simplest things be exaggerated, typical for sports anime here, cycling and so on. But a fun series there. If you haven't heard about it, I recommend Yowamushi Pedal. Now, this next one is a classic, Prince of Tennis, and similar to Yowamushi Pedal, I haven't watched this one when it aired, but one day I decided, hey, finally time to watch Prince of Tennis, with all of the memes and tennis being responsible for the dinosaur extinction. If you guys remember that clip also, I was like, okay, finally time to watch Prince of Tennis. Like, the comedy is there, the tennis is fine, I like the main character, he's a little shit, very arrogant, but he can back it up. And it's a bit slow, like the original series, it definitely shows its age a bit there, but it ramps up more and more. It's a long series, by the way, but I'm also liking the sequels that we're getting right now with the U17, the training arcs, the tournament right now. I'm actually excited for the new season, we're gonna get to that there, but fun. And if you like exaggeration in tennis, you're gonna enjoy Prince of Tennis here. This anime managed to make me interested in golf. Birdie Wing Golf Girls Story. Really fun, and I never thought to myself, hey, I'm gonna get into golf and I'm gonna like this show. Like, the two main girls are so fun together, their dynamic, the implied thing, will they, won't they, between them, but also the golf making it fun. And of course you have mobsters, tournaments, killings, betting your life for golf, going to school, training, revenge, like it has everything. It's a bit of Black Lagoon in some cases, like they crammed so much into it, but it works. Somehow they made it to work. Birdie Wing, hey, made golf exciting, at least for me. I do have some small gripes with the ending. They didn't leave any. I don't want to go into spoilers. Like, the ending still stands. It's not bad by any means. I'm not gonna go into spoilers, but I highly recommend Birdie Wing if you're into golf, but especially if you're not into golf. It's gonna make you fall in love with a series like this, and it's fun having the main characters being so great together and with everybody else around them. So check out Birdie Wing. Next one, we have a baseball anime, Ace of Diamond, and our main character, being a southpaw and wanting to be the best here, goes to a school where he meets his rival. And I do find that rival annoying at sometimes. It's one of the biggest gripe with the series, but it's still definitely really fun. And somehow, by some miracle, it's coming back. I don't know if it's gonna be a fully complete adaptation, but I can't wait for more Ace of Diamond. I like the dynamics, the rules, like how they put everything into perspective, made you really understand baseball, especially from a country that we don't really play baseball. There's one more baseball anime which we're gonna get to, but this one emphasizes more, especially if you didn't know anything about that. The team there is great, all of the emotions between them, showing that frustration of not being able to do it because somebody's standing in front of you. The tournaments are also really fun, the rivals there, so very pure sports type of anime focused on baseball. So if you haven't watched Ace of Diamond, I highly recommend it. Next series we have Megalobox. It's boxing with something extra, with this gear that the fighters have that amplifies their punches and the dangers of the sport, because everybody's hitting harder and they're getting hit harder back. Season 1, we have our characters striving to be the best and getting involved into this Megalo tournament here. But what I want to focus a bit more is season 2. That's the season that he's very hard. That's not to say season 1 is not good, because it's great, especially both seasons. Soundtrack, art style and vibe, they hit so hard. But season 2 also hits on that emotional level like a truck. What happens here, and very few anime series show the bad sides of sport, of something pushing you beyond your limits or doing bad things. Even though you know they're bad for you, you're still going to do them. And I highly recommend Megalobox, and I wish, man, that soundtrack and what they did with this show, amazing here. So if you haven't watched Megalobox, highly recommend both seasons. Then we're getting into another boxing anime, but this is the boxing anime, Hajime no Ippo, and this got me a lot. It's an older show, a long-running show, also similar a bit with Prince of Tennis in length and things like that, but this one, holy shit, like it hooks you, especially when you see the first time the Dempsey role, seeing Ippo become better himself, meeting everybody around him, the tournaments, the fights, the opponents, and one of the best fights in anime, period. Like, very few fights come close or even surpass this fight that happened in Hajime no Ippo, Takamura versus Hawk. Like, oh, I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. Like, highly recommend Hajime no Ippo, and seeing the history, the sport of box very well represented there, especially when we saw the history of the trainer of the gym. I'm trying so hard not to go into spoilers, but amazing series. And if you haven't watched Hajime no Ippo, I don't know what you're doing, especially if you're a sports fan. One of the best sports anime in general, so I highly recommend it. Next we have Aoashi, one of the underrated sports anime series that not a lot of people know about it, but I'm happy to say we're getting more Aoashi. Can't wait for the next season, but I highly recommend this one, mainly for the emotional side and seeing somebody strive to achieve their dream, getting discovered, having the talent and doing what it takes to get there despite of everything here. And just, it hits so hard what happened in some of the episodes here, his relationship with his family, and just brings a tear to the eye. And I highly recommend Aoashi. The tournament is also fun, the fights between the teams there, the trainer is a really interesting trainer that they have there. It shares similarity with the next series, which we're gonna get into that, but this one is a lot more focused on the emotional side, and of course the sport, but showcasing the emotion through that sport and what it means and how much it can push you forward. So please check out Aoashi, and can't wait for next season. Now, next one we have Blue Lock, and I'm sure pretty much everybody knows about it, watched it, or at least heard about it, to say the least. And I know the biggest flaw of the series is the animation. 100% agree with that, but it has hype and aura more than enough. Like, if you want the edgy type of series with football or soccer, however you want to call it, we had Aoashi, the emotional side. Then we have the be an egoist, be individualist here, show your shit on the stage, on the big field. That's Blue Lock here, and the characters are all grander than life when they say it, and they make the smaller things be the most exaggerated thing there, and the faces, just everything here just oozes aura with Blue Lock. Football made into aura, that's basically Blue Lock. I mean, if it had the animation to match that aura, we would have been in for greatness here. This is kind of like the solo leveling of sports anime, so to say, with Blue Lock. Besides the animation, I'm talking about the vibes here, but yeah, really engaging series. The two main characters share a similar talent, so to say, with from Blue Lock and Aoashi, but Isagi is a lot more egoistical, to say the least. But yeah, I'm sure you guys heard about Blue Lock. If you haven't, please watch it and be ready for aura moments. Kuroko no Basket. Like, if there was a DBZ of sports anime, it would be Kuroko no Basket. Like, it ramps up more and more, especially with the generation of miracles, the two main characters being complete opposites but working together so well, and just the tournament, every match feels like this is the tournament of power from Dragon Ball. They're like all of the techniques, the impossible things they can do with that basketball, and them going into Super Saiyan mode in the zone later on, the everything that happens here. And I highly recommend just going into this series, leaning back and enjoying. And it also has the emotion and the aura, but one thing that is the most hype sports match that I ever seen in anime has to go to the final game, the movie at the end of the series. Like, that feels like the Universal Cup, not the World Cup. Like, what happens in that match with all of the build up from the series, the skills, the team ups, the rivalry, everything together, and going against the best of the best. Like, that's world star level what they did with that final game from Kuroko no Basket, and everything else, all of the characters, just if I'm getting goosebumps with what's in Kuroko. So if you haven't watched Kuroko, one of my all-time favorite sports anime series, please check it out. Now we come at probably the obvious series that everybody was like, where is it? I'm talking about Haikyuu, and of course Haikyuu should be here and more than deserves it, but this is a lot more focused on emotion, but team-wide emotion, like working together with your teammates, getting better yourself, and also having that rival that always annoys you, drives you crazy, but also makes you better. And seeing that dynamic between them, all of the tournaments, like running down the clock, everything, the opponents, just it hits so hard with Haikyuu. Seeing Hinata get better and better from somebody that had that passion, that drive, that pure enjoyment, that innocent love for the sports, actually getting better and learning throughout the process. I always love characters like that are pure talent, just the innocence that somebody has for something, it's extremely well personified here in Haikyuu, and it's gonna hit you a lot when you get down to that close tension moments in Haikyuu, and I can't wait for it to be back again. We recently had the movie, which was really fun also. Even though I wished it was fully a season and everything like that, the movie was still fun, and I can't wait for more with Haikyuu. And I'm sure this series is a lot of people's favorite series, simple. But for me, it's hard to choose between Haikyuu, Kuroko no Basket, and Hajime no Ippo. Like, these are my big three, so to say, for sports anime here. But yeah, I'm sure you guys watch Haikyuu. If you haven't, I'm jealous. If you're just going in and experiencing series like this for the first time, you're in for a treat. Next, we have Overtake, our first racing anime, and this is definitely an underdog story in the Formula 4 world here, where our team and main characters are going up against people with better budget, more money, access to a lot more things, but them still being able to compete forward, and people going together and helping each other. But while the racing part is great, the cars, everything, what it takes to manage something like that, I feel like this is a lot more focused on the character drama, and that's the strongest point for this series, especially the photograph guide. That's all I'm going to say. It's gonna hit some hard emotional moments with Overtake here, so if you haven't checked it out, please watch it. Skate the Infinity, which is technically racing, extreme sport, but really fun series. Kind of came out of nowhere. The characters are great. The ridiculousness that happens with the skateboard here, the villain guy is such an awesome character. Reminds me of a character from Tokyo Ghoul. I'm not gonna say which or why there, but fun, just simply fun series. And hey, we're getting more. So Skate the Infinity, if you ever played Tony Hawk Pro Skater, if you ever were into skating in general, I highly recommend checking this one out, and it more than delivers for what it set out to, just being a fun, entertaining show about skateboarding, because why not? Just shows you can make anything fun with some anime sprinkled on top of it, so check it out. Now we have Initial D, and insert your Eurobeat right here. Now, Initial D is really fun. I like the car aspects, the drifting, the racing, the characters. But my one gripe for the series, and I know it's very loved series, a classic series. A lot of people grew up with it. I'm enjoying it also, but the final stage just... I wasn't a fan of the final stage. I have another video with endings there if you want me to go full into spoilers why, but I still recommend the series. It's one of the better car racing series in general that we have in anime, and the soundtrack, just everything full of passion there. So if you haven't watched Initial D, this is your sign to check it out. Now we have the next one, Appare Ranman, and I don't know if you guys ever watched Wacky Races when they were in Cartoon Network, but imagine Wacky Races but anime. A bunch of from all over the place characters with different backgrounds, skills, and drives, just getting together into this big race for that happens in the world here, with wacky machines, cars and contraptions, whatever you wanna call them. The main character being this builder genius guy teaming up with somebody. And it gets interesting and the stakes get higher and higher, but Appare Ranman is such a fun series, and gets into the building aspect also of the cars, and how people imagine something, then build it, and one comes out of it, and hey, you get a cool race. So check out Appare Ranman. Our final racing anime, we have Redline. This is a movie, but this is a masterpiece of a movie. Like what we had with Appare Ranman, the Wacky Races, we have this one also, but in Redline is a futuristic science fiction world with exaggerated racing. Like, it goes insane what they do here. But the biggest aspect for this movie is how much work, effort, blood, sweat and tears went into making this movie. Just pure work of art how many man hours and just amount of time went into this. It looks great. Probably we're never gonna get something like this ever again, especially right even more now with AI going all over the place. But Redline is just a masterpiece. I'm gonna say it again. If you like racing, exaggerated things, aura, just charisma out of characters, and just seeing what's possible in this medium of anime, if you give people enough time and they have enough passion for a project, you're gonna get something like Redline. And it's one of the movies that everybody that's an anime fan should watch. So I highly recommend Redline, the best racing movie ever, anime, whatever you wanna call it, please check it out. Then we have some betting anime. And let's start with Kakegurui, and I'm sure a lot of people have seen the scenes there. This is definitely an edgy show with crazy people betting everything and anything and going insane over it, tournament things, playing Russian roulette and so on. But if you like that sort of thing, I highly recommend Kakegurui. Just please don't watch the Netflix adaptation, just pretend it doesn't exist, only watch the anime. But yeah, Kakegurui, if you want crazy people doing crazy things and just them losing their mind even more compared to how they were before, which it's saying a lot. So yeah, Kakegurui. Then we have Kaiji, and I love Kaiji. Like, this shows what happens when you get a gambling addiction. You can't stop and you keep making dumb decisions after dumb decisions. And this is Squid Game before Squid Game ever existed here. Like, what Kaiji does, like, just the insanity that ensues from him taking a bet. Like, he's capable of doing the right thing, he's smart, but he's also dumb at the same time and insane in both scenarios. Like, you can't take your eyes off of it, seeing him what he does, and just stop, don't do it. But hey, keep doing it. I want to see what happens and how or if you're gonna get out of this one. It's like, keeps digging a hole, finds gold, it's not enough, goes, uses that gold, buys another shovel because, and then starts digging more. That's the best way to describe Kaiji. And I wish we had more Kaiji because this anime is just simply insane in the best way. So if you ever want something like this, do yourself a favor, binge Kaiji. You're gonna be glued to your screen, just the complete insanity that happens in this series. Then we have one more betting anime, One Out, baseball anime, but this is very much about mind games, mainly using baseball as a medium, and we have our main character just outplaying everything, everyone, all the time, when they don't even know it and when they realize they shit their pants. I love this series. I wish we had more, because when we need more battle of the minds type of series. Maybe I should do a video on that. One Out should definitely be there. If you like Code Geass, but combine Code Geass with One Outs and some Kaiji into it with Ace of Diamond. I know that's a lot of series, but that's the vibe from One Outs, just outplaying everybody, just psychological warfare and winning and more winning, just showing how he does that. Absolute gigacha that we have here with One Out, so check it out. Then we have technically sports, they kind of count, but also sure, but let's go with it. We have our first one being Food Wars or Shokugeki no Soma. They made cooking really fun with this one. Just full-on tournaments, just people losing their clothes, being naked from how good the food it is. Just absolute insanity how they make the cooking here. Gordon Ramsay would be proud. So really fun series, ecchi to say the least. So a lot of fan service. If you're fine with that, you're gonna enjoy the series. If not, that's also fine. Just not for you, but just a warning to know what you're getting yourself into. Food Wars. Fun series, but unfortunately suffers in the last season. I just pretend the last season doesn't exist. Enjoy it for what it is and have fun with cooking and people getting naked over food without any final season. Next we have Yu-Gi-Oh! very well-known series. I was into it quite a lot, beat the anime, the games in person, the cards, just activated my trap cards here, Exodia, the big cards there, the gods, just I love it. Just hearing that song with Yami, it's time to do the duel here, Kaiba, the memes, everything with Yu-Gi-Oh! I was a lot more into Yu-Gi-Oh! Than Pokemon, if that puts it more into perspective for you guys here. And also enjoyed GX, so also check out GX and also 5Ds. But after that I kind of tuned out. I lost a bit interest into the universe here. But the three main series for me, still recommend them to this day, really fun. And if you enjoy card games and tournaments, and hey, they're a sport, that's why they're technically sports here. But yeah, check out Yu-Gi-Oh! You're gonna have a fun time. This next one is the definition of technically a sport. We have Baki. Now, Baki is a lot of things: sport, ridiculousness, insanity, memes, aura, hype moments, father-son relationship, best food you're ever gonna have. Like, this beats out any cooking show in one of the scenes there. If you know, you know. But Baki, it's very hard to describe Baki besides insanity. But hey, it's a sport. They're grapplers fighting at its peak, so it's a sport. I swear by this and I stand by this. So if somehow you never seen at least a meme of Baki, this is your sign. And I also suggest watching the original series, like the grapple ones, not just the Netflix ones that we got after a while here, because they're gonna have a lot of context here and you get the full story. So Baki is just, trust me, watch Baki. You're gonna enjoy this one a lot, but know you're getting into ridiculousness in its pure form. This is simply what Baki is, and the narrator knows it. Like, the narrator can make a drop of water seem the most exciting, broken, powerful thing ever. So check out Baki. Then we have some series that I have yet to get into them, but I know they're much beloved and enjoyed by a lot of people. Chihaya Furu, I have to get to it some point. A lot of people recommended it to me. Also, I have to get into Slam Dunk, but I want to read the manga, and this is mainly focused on anime, simply not manga. I've recently finished Vagabond, by the way. Then also we have Ping Pong, the animation. Somehow I still haven't gotten around to watching it yet. Run with the Wind, I started it, but I forgot why I got sidetracked, and I never fully finished it back when it aired. And then Eyeshield 21, it's another manga situation. That should be when I start reading that manga at some point. So these are the ones that I have to get to, but they're also not anime, some of them. So maybe when I get more into reading the bigger chunky ones from manga, we're gonna talk about those in some future video. So that's why these series aren't in the main list, so to say. So yeah, those are pretty much the best sports anime. Of course, from everything that I've watched, read, know about, I recommend, I enjoy also. So let me know in the comments below what series should have been here, what are your favorite ones and why, and which one are you most excited to get more of. And I'm really curious, like I said at the start of the video, why don't you enjoy sports anime? Not that there's anything wrong with that, I'm just curious in general. And as always, thank you very much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, helps me quite a lot, and you guys get the latest videos on the series that I follow. So keep enjoying anime. I'm gonna see you again on the next one. Bye bye.